Today, the NCR will fall for the power of the Legion. In fact, only two pathways will be open. The lonesome road towards an endless desert. Or maybe perhaps... hold on, I'm thinking that. And perhaps a yes man will see to it that I have a happy smile on my face. I barely even woke up, I'm already tired. How disappointing. Sunset Sarsaparilla. Aim for it, no. Aim for the arm. That's where his hand's held. Unfortunately, this seems useless to me now. Wait, I forgot to do something first. Hold still for 5 seconds, I'm almost done with you. Almost useless now, I'm afraid. Now you're pathetically useless. It matters not. I'll save you for the robots. She's embrace. Don't fail me now. Embrace she. My rifle will not be really necessary for what I'm about to do next. You think, or do you know? A power armor, huh? I'll do something about that. Hold on. How dare you shoot me in the face? How unholy of you. I'll do... Speaking of holy, yeah, put an end to this real quick. Holy hand grenades, where are you? There you are. I have a name of a war. 1, 2, 3. Or something, I don't know. Did I get them? Save a grenade for later, I got this. Cripple your armor. Aim for the head. I will stun you, scumbag. I'm afraid you have had enough. I'll take the money. I think I know what we can do from here. Something I no longer need. Well, something else I don't need. Everything broken I no longer need will be thrown away. That thing will be useless. I don't need it. I'll give it a shot. Useless. Another one.
Unit 4, reinforce Unit 8.
I'm sorry, but all 4 and 8 are useless now. Thought I heard something. For upgrades like these, who needs enemies? I'm afraid you should have had. Next time I'll think I'll save for the lady.
Unit 15, reinforce Unit 16 at defense point Sigma Delta.
That leg. This is the right way, but it doesn't really feel right.
Units, be aware we are receiving help from a non-SDR military asset. Get so. Unit 4, reinforce Unit 8.
Let me check my local map first. Oh dear. Here we are.
Another kill to my name!
Destroy them all. We're gonna win this round. And they're not gonna like it. If I had crippled my chest. Guess again, I'm still standing.
Like that?
Darn it. I guess when I was fixed by now. Who was one sniping us from above? Bah, it doesn't matter. I need to move. I was wrong. That is the right way.
What have you done?
Everything. I like your armor. My vibe borrowed for a long time without end. This armor has served its purpose. His armor is totally on my thread now. What's this? Nah, I don't think I ever will anyway.
Unit 4, reinforce Unit 8.
Nope. Close window. Not good enough, I'm afraid. Yes. Lock is engaged. Get our way back. Unfortunately, they don't.
Looking. Cluster is coming.
I'll make it much longer. I need heal. We got enough sim packs for now. We're in the end game now.
Sniper hit. Hey!
We're near the end now. Up close and personal. Not my style, but it works pretty good. Kind of part of my style, actually. It's not really my style, but it's part of my style. No, another one. You guys people ever learn? I could have sworn I already disposed of this. It matters not. We're near the end now. Olivia. Alright, Oliver, you're cornered. Prepare to surrender.
So you must be the courier the reports mentioned. Pass this message on to your commander. Hoover Dam will not fall while I still draw breath.
Surrender, General. This dam is almost taken.
This battle is far from over. Once the reinforcements from McCarran arrive, the counteroffensive will begin.
That wasn't much of a rescue.
You're welcome.
And Anakin Skywalker.
There won't be any reinforcements. The Legion have blocked the Red West.
If that's true, then there's nothing else for it. My men and I will hold out.
There's still time, you know. You can escape. I won't stop you or anything.
I was expecting
And go
someone
where?
with your
According to you, the road west is blocked. And while you might let us by, I highly doubt your allies will do the same.
Then head east. I'm betting a man as smart as you wouldn't leave himself at least one last contingency.
General Grievous.
Perhaps I do have a secret tunnel out of here,
Shorter than I
but that doesn't change anything. My duty is to stay and fight.
Jedi scum.
And what are you doing to your men?
My men and I are soldiers. We share an obligation to follow orders, and our orders are to hold this dam.
The dam is already lost, General. Your responsibility now is to get your men out of here alive.
You're right. These men have placed their lives in my hands, and I won't throw them away for a lost cause. Don't expect to hold this place for very long, however. The NCR will be back.
Jedi.
Hurry up.
Delta Squad, ready
Jedi
to point.
scum.
have a job to do, Anakin. Try not to upset him.
Your lightsabers will make a fine addition to my collection.
Not this time. And this time you won't escape.
Art.
Mission accomplished.
Judging by the lack of blood, I take it the coward Oliver fled rather than face me. No matter.
Is
The
cowardly
rest of the
German
town is fully under our control. A few pitiful holdouts remain, but their time is short. The general was the last source of concern. With their commander gone, the NCR will pull out of this region, allowing our conquest to continue westward unopposed for a time. The Legion will swell with the number of slaves we will claim from this place, and the tribute we gather will fund. Perhaps in time I will be granted the honor of conquering the land known as California. But for now we rest.
And so we
Your
shall.
efforts are appreciated and will not go unrewarded, but we can speak of that later. For now, come. We must see to the burning of the dead.
Those sacrifices were not in vain. They held a pretty good fight, may I add.
And so the courier who had cheated death in the cemetery outside Good Springs cheated death once again, and the Mojave Wasteland was forever changed. Caesar entered the Strip as though it was his triumph. The Legion pushed the NCR out of New Vegas entirely, driving them back to the Mojave Outpost. The Legion occupied all major locations, enslaving much of the population and peacefully lording over the rest. Under the Legion's banner, civilization, unforgiving as it was, finally came to the Mojave Wasteland. Though the courier himself was just and forthright in his dealings throughout the wasteland, he helped the Legion achieve victory. Caesar honored him with a golden coin, minted in celebration of his contributions and distributed throughout the wasteland.
Tabitha and Rhonda went east, through Caesar's land. Occasionally, tales of their exploits found their way back west, though few believed them. Eventually, the stories concerning the duo were collected and published, and proved to be quite popular with children.
Invigorated by his travels with the courier, Raoul once more took up his guns in memory of his lost Rafaela. Soon after, the Mojave was filled with tales of the ghost vaquero who hunts down those who prey on the weak.
Cautious after the Boomers' display of power at Hoover Dam, Caesar chose to leave the Boomers alone. The Boomers remained isolated, but have been seen flying over the Mojave Desert from time to time.
Buried beneath tons of rubble, the Mojave chapter of the Brotherhood of Steel was no more. Those few who were outside the Hidden Valley bunker when it was destroyed settled into new lives, or headed west to find a new chapter to join.
The death of the Mojave Brotherhood came much too soon for Veronica, and in their absence, she felt truly lost. Yet in its wake, she took small comfort in her decision to remain by their side through their few remaining days.
The Fiends attacked Camp McCarran during the Second Battle of Hoover Dam and suffered heavy losses. Caesar, unimpressed with their performance and their dependence on chems, had them exterminated.
After the Legion's victory, Caesar, out of a strange respect for his old fellows, allowed the followers safe passage out of the wasteland. Reluctantly, the followers accepted the offer and abandoned Old Mormon Fort to the Legion.
Tricked by the courier and imprisoned by the Legion, Arcade remained Caesar's personal physician for several years. Caesar grew fond of speaking with such an educated man on philosophical matters. Arcade became his unwilling intellectual sparring partner. After years of such servitude, during an unguarded moment, Arcade used a surgical scalpel in his bare hands to disembowel himself. Lacking any other skilled medical personnel, the Legion was unable to prevent his death. Caesar mourned his loss for months.
The Legion, preoccupied with its acquisition of New Vegas, scarcely took notice of the town of Good Springs. Many locals moved on, fearful of Caesar's long shadow. Only the old and the stubborn remained.
Cass lived to see the mark of the Legion on Hoover Dam.
Uncertain of what lay next for the West, she remained silent. As the Legion marched west, she found it difficult to see the dam as anything more than a gravestone for the Mojave and everyone in it.
As reward for their loyal service, Caesar forcibly integrated the Great Khans into the Legion. The sick and elderly were killed. The women sold as wives to ranking officers, and the tribe's identity was annihilated. Though many Great Khans mourned the death of their tribe, many more were ultimately satisfied with their revenge against NCR.
Thanks to the courier and Lily, a cure for the Nightkin's schizophrenia was found shortly after Dr. Henry's experiment concluded. Nightkin and other super mutants in the wasteland flocked to Jacobstown, and the town became known as a haven where a mutant could find peace.
Lily continued to take her medicine at half doses, and although she remembered her grandchildren, her mind remained muddled and confused. Eventually, she parted ways with the courier and traveled west, seeking the remnants of her past.
Impressed with the King's continued attacks upon NCR citizens and soldiers, the Legion offered them the option of being assimilated into the Legion. The Kings refused and briefly became slaves in the Legion, but after a failed escape attempt, they were all put to death.
After Ray's brain was transplanted into Rex's cybernetic body, it took Rex some time to adjust to the old scrapyard dog's memories. Eventually, Rex's mind settled peacefully, melding his own memories with that of long travels with old Lady Gibson.
During the Legion's attack on Novak, Bright followers returning from their long pilgrimage assisted in its evacuation. Though Novak eventually fell to the Legion, many citizens of Novak were able to escape, alive and intact.
Most powder gangers at the correctional facility fled into the wasteland rather than face the advancing forces of the Legion. Those brave or foolish to remain were killed or crucified by the merciless legionaries.
After the majority of the Vault 19 powder gangers joined the Great Khans, the weaker members scattered throughout the Mojave wasteland. Though a few managed to erase their past, most never survived the journey.
Hot-headed to the end, Sheriff Myers chooses to oppose Caesar's takeover of Prim with a standoff. Though the citizens take out a few legionaries, the town quickly falls to Caesar, its citizens utterly wiped out.
And so the courier's road came to an end, for now. In the new world of the Mojave Wasteland, fighting continued, blood was spilled, and many lived and died just as they had in the old world. Because war never changes.